Matthew Kershaw, you liked Bloodborne so much the first time I decided to bring you back.
I love Bloodborne. I've played several hundreds of hours of it already.
I was going to make a HIV joke and then I remembered that was no laughing matter for many people, so I resisted. I resisted that. You should be proud of me. I didn't need to bring it up, but I thought I was proud. Anyway.
How was I supposed to know you were going to make an AIDS joke? Come on.
It wouldn't have been funny. It wouldn't have been a joke. It would have just been like, oh yeah, bummer. No pun intended.
Are you fighting vampires?
I don't know what they are, but they're rank.
I told you, do not anger the Twilight community. They are fucking insane.
Well, I've just killed a werewolf. Now we just killed a vampire, so both teams are pissed at us.
Great. We're going to get raided by Tumblr.
That's not the only thing Tumblr's going to do to you. But we are going to hunt down the blood-starved beast, which, if you watched episode, let's say, 5? I'm glad I know my own content.
Sure, 5.
5. Or 4. I don't know. There's an episode where I died for the entire episode, and this is how I went back to the boss afterwards and won. So this is the blood-starved beast in the old Yharnam. I think it's the Good Chalice Cathedral it's called, this area. He's an asshole. He does mad poison damage, which, as you imagine...
That thing is terrifying.
Yeah, I fucking right. The enemies in...
It's like a gargoyle?
I think it's like a... I assumed it was a dog wearing a cloak of skin.
Oh, Jesus. Like, just the description of some enemies in this game are awful, and they make me, like, almost hurl.
Yeah, it's... this is maybe my favourite, most consistent enemy to watch, just because, like, you'll notice the arms and legs elongate, like, unnaturally as he attacks and stuff, and, like, it's awesome. They all kind of do that. Like, the werewolves I fought earlier did the same thing, but
yeah.
This guy's special.
I noticed that, like, a lot of enemies in this game seem to be based off, like, crows and stuff. Like, they have, like, crow features, like their faces and legs and stuff.
Yeah, it's very gothic.
Which I think's cool, yeah.
It's awesome. So I threw a lot of Molotovs out there early on, and an oil urn, because he is quite vulnerable to fire, as a lot of things are in this game. So that's probably a smart move. Obviously stay behind him, because again, it's a smart move. And he doesn't have any area of effect ground attacks, it just swipes, basically. But he will grab you close up, as he did a few minutes ago. And you can survive that. I think I have 14 vitality at this point. 14 vitality and endurance, most of my points are in strength. I'm around level 30. But I changed over from my normal Hunter's Garb to the Yharnam Hunter stuff, which is about the same stats, but heavier venom resistance, which is obviously super smart for this fight. So yeah, keep pumping the antidotes. Yeah, that's the grab attack.
His body is like really strange. It's so thin with like his like when he does the standing swipes.
Yeah, it's horrendous. I keep healing, but I haven't realised at this point that I'm actually poisoned, so losing life anyway. But yeah, he's fucking revolting, isn't he? Like the way the skin flaps over him. You actually see one of these earlier on in the level, like hanging from the rafters of another church. Because I thought it was alive and it was going to jump down at me, but it was totally dead. And then, like,
when you said rafters, I had like visions of Sting from WCW, but this is not Sting.
No.
So will these just become regular enemies then if you've already seen one out in the world? Like this isn't a unique.
No, this is a boss.
Thing?
This is an asshole boss. I hope he'll only stay here. I haven't got that much further from this point. I haven't encountered another one now. You couldn't really have this fight though in the open world, could you? Because like, it'd be insane.
You could make it weaker, like some games do that, where you'll have a boss and then suddenly you'll find them later on in the game, but they're much weaker and easier to kill.
And that may be the case. I encountered in a dungeon this thing called a giant, bone giant or something, which I was looking up strategies because they kept killing me. And they may well occur in the open world as just weaker enemies. I hope this thing doesn't, because it's terrifying.
Yeah. The weird white light on it, that's your targeting, isn't it? Or lock on?
Yeah.
Like it's not part of the enemy, alright. I was trying to work out what it was, like maybe it was like an eye, but...
No, it's just the lock on. So yeah, I've been sticking with mostly the single version of the weapon. You know, you can transform the weapons in this game. Just because it's faster and you don't want to be caught in his attacks, because he just goes savage. But obviously my double-hander does way more damage. But really the only tip here is to not get hit and keep on the antidotes. There's actually, I think there's maybe 3 antidotes behind that giant statue at the very back of the cathedral there. You know, the one that's lit up. There's a
Yeah.
body over there with a lot of antidotes on it, so that's probably... I only noticed it afterwards, but it's probably good to know. I went in here later with... I haven't played any of the multiplayer at this point, but I went in with a couple of other people. I was helping them out. And I did this twice, once with 2 people and once with 1. And yeah, totally just a cakewalk with the 2 of us. You know, because you can just bounce aggro between you. Made it completely trivial. And then I felt really good because at least one of those people I was with had never encountered him before, so he just beat the boss on his first time.
That's awesome.
He doesn't have to endure the several hours of pain that I did, or the hour of pain that I did.
Yeah.
So I felt really good about that.
I've seen like quite a few Bloodborne clips. What are those things that come out of the ground that look like a collection of skulls? Are they like the notes that your players can leave for you?
Yeah, the messengers. They you see the red like fountains of blood on the floor? They are the specters, I think. So a dead person's like you know, just seeing how they died. And then the white things are the messengers delivering you notes from either other players or sometimes in the game. And I don't know how to leave notes. Like, it's probably super easy, but I've never done it before.
If it's like Dark Souls, you'll have to find somebody that gives you that ability.
Yeah, maybe.
How often do you read the notes? Are there lots of Praise the Sun notes, even though this isn't the same game?
I haven't encountered any yet. All the ones there's people trying to do like poetry and stuff, which is weird. But most of it's just like, yo, this smells like old people, and then sure enough you turn around the corner and there's some old fucks in like wheelchairs with flamethrowers. And you're like, oh yeah, this makes way more sense now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that really helped me out a lot, because there's dudes in wheelchairs with Gatling guns strapped to the wheelchairs. It's fucked up.
That's pretty cool. Disabled people, don't mess with them.
No.
They will kick your ass.
No, but they're disabled and also beastly, and yeah. It's I just attack every wheelchair I see now, which is probably a bad attitude to have in life, but it gets me through Bloodborne, so...
I'll never let you meet my dad then.
No.
That'd go bad.
I think I'll resist somehow, unless he comes at me with like it's like a fucking watering can, but it fires out flame. It's a really fucked up weapon.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so after this, I have since gone on to find... so before you get to this point, right, there's a dude on the roof with a Gatling gun. He's not disabled, he's a hunter like you, and he's an asshole.
Yeah.
So I went on and killed him, which took me a while, but I basically cheesed him so he ran at me and fell off the roof, which was the best. And then you recover like... you recover a badge from him, so you unlock his gun, or a few guns, I think. But you also unlock this sick armor, which is like this grey stuff. But I think you can not kill him and convince him to join you or something, given by what I was reading. It's
that's awesome.
It's really weird. I don't know how. I think I fucked up by killing him, but whatever. Adios.
Ciao.